Welcome to the Mycotoxin Prediction forecast brought to you by Biomin, the world leader in mycotoxin management. This week, we will look into the predicted risk for mycotoxin contaminations in European winter wheat. The dominant mycotoxins on wheat and other small grain cereals are Deoxynivalenol and Zearalenone produced by Fusarium graminearum or culmorum. Both overwinter in crop debris on the field, and spores reach the flowering wheat ear via splashwater, wind and rain dispersal. Affected spikelets are bleached and developing kernels are shriveled and wilted. Wet weather during Anthesis is critical for successful onset of the disease and correlated among several other factors with higher levels of mycotoxins in the harvests. Our prediction model therefore uses weather as the main indicator for future contaminations with mycotoxins. Wheat is grown practically everywhere in Europe. Plants start flowering as early as April in the most southern parts of Europe, and during May Anthesis will extend through Spain, northern Italy, lowland regions of France and large parts of the European southeast, reaching southern Hungary and Romania. The precipitation map for Europe during the period of May 1st to 15 indicates the number of days with at least 2 hours of rain during this period. Regions that are predicted to have or will enter Anthesis during May are indicated in the smaller map. In the first half of May, southeastern Europe, from Greece to Bulgaria, received little to no rain. Also the south of Italy and large regions in Spain were dry. In contrast, coastal Atlantic and inland regions of Spain and France, as well as the northern part of Italy, received 6 up to 12 days of rain. Compared to last year, this early May was overall a little drier, with marked differences in particular for southeastern Europe, Bulgaria and Greece that had received 5 rain days or more in this period of 2020. Similar rainfall patterns will persist late May with less rain in the south, but sufficient precipitation in Central Europe. After the dry first half of the month, Bulgaria and most of southeastern Europe are forecast to receive up to 12 days of rain, with the exception of Greece, which will stay dry for most of this period. Rain will also intensify in Central Europe, affecting essentially all growing regions. Compared to last year's weather, this late May is much wetter in France, which hasn't received any rain during this period in 2020. Taken together, flowering crops north of the Mediterranean regions are at higher risk for infection with Fusarium graminearum and accumulation of mycotoxins based on the forecast precipitation during flowering. The Biomin Mycotoxin Prediction tool uses 15 factors that incorporate global hourly weather data and the effect these factors have on the plant, fungi and mycotoxin production, together with the historic data of the Biomin Mycotoxin Survey. Shown here are risk levels as the percentage likelihood that a crop will be over a certain threshold for the selected mycotoxins. With much of the weather yet to unfold, our current mycotoxin forecast is still subject to change. Using an average across major European regions, giving relatively more weight to more productive growing areas, we can estimate the overall risk for deoxynivalenol contamination in the upcoming wheat harvest. The highest average risk remains for southern Europe, with an estimated 47% of harvests containing deoxynivalenol levels above 150 parts per billion. This region has been highlighted here to more clearly show differences to regions exposed to less risk. Risk for zearalenone is in general lower and mostly coincides with the prevalence of deoxynivalenol. While the overall risk for regions is low, regional differences highlight hotspots where additional precautions may be advisable. Keep tuned in for our European mycotoxin prediction and occurrence updates as the wheat growing year unfolds.